Alright, so last time we said we were looking at data and we want to represent it in a spreadsheet. So rows are going to represent the units, the case or records that we're interested in, the objects we're interested in. Columns are going to be the variables or attributes of a case or record. So I thought what we could do is look at a small data set. So on Blackboard under Materials Unit 1, go grab the Maine accounting firms .xlsx from Blackboard. So it's an Excel workbook. The source here is the Maine Biz Book of Lists, and I've listed it or ranked it by decreasing revenue, which were reported for 2015. Now, the first thing we should note is that this is a very tidy data set because I typed it in and I made it nice and pretty and didn't have any mistakes, don't have any missing values. Everything's ordered nice and pretty, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at it and see what kind of analysis we want to try. So if I go to Blackboard under Materials, Unit 1 Descriptive Statistics, we'll see Maine Accounting Firms .xls, and it should download it. So then once it's downloaded, I will click on it and bring it up. Don't need that guy, I need this guy. And we see that we have a total of 14 records. We have company name, that's a variable. The next variable is the city that they're located in. The revenue in millions of US dollars. The number of certified public accountants that they have in Maine. The number of partners that are part of the accounting firm in Maine. The total number of employees in Maine. And the number of offices in Maine. So we look at this and we see that Barry Dunn has the most revenue from 2015, $57.6 million. Next up is Baker Newman Noyes, $25.7 million, and then Mac Page at $15 million. And we get into the single digits in the millions after that. So I do know for a fact that Baker Newman Noyes and Mac Page recruit at USM. I assume Barry Dunn does as well, but I don't know them as well. So here we have some qualitative and quantitative variables. Quantitative would be the revenue, the CPAs, the partners, total employees, and also the number of offices in Maine. Qualitative comes out as the company name, and then the city is qualitative as well, and we could probably put that into a categorical variable because we see that Portland, South Portland, Lewiston, Oakland, Brewer, Falmouth, and Waterville are the only ones that are represented across the state that were in this list from the Maine Biz Book of List. So this is very tidy. We got nice. There's no missing data. Everything it looks like it's looks okay. Right? It's got nice. Everything's in a nice row. Each Barry Dunn all is on one row. Baker Newman Noyes one row, etc. So we could do all kinds of different descriptive statistics. So maybe you're interested in what the average revenue for these 14 firms were over 2015. So to do that, we start with a formula in Excel, starting with equals, and then average that cell range, C2 through C15, and we see it's just under 10 million, 9.9 million. Right. And we could obviously see the maximum, Barry Dunn, and the minimum for those 14 firms. The other thing you can do too that sometimes is interesting is to create new variables. So one that might be interesting to look at is the revenue per employee. So revenue per employee. Or you could do it per CPA or per partner even. All right, so to do per employee, I would take the revenue in millions and divide by the total employees in Maine. And then I can autofill it all the way down. And this is in millions. So we could even multiply by 1,000,000, right? If we wanted to do that. And then maybe let's put some commas in there to see which is which, right? Then what we could do is we could sort everything. It has headers. We're going to sort now by revenue per employee. Let's do largest to smallest and click OK. And now we see that Barry Dunn is still on top. Dawson, Smith, Purvis, and Bassett, which only has $4.7 million in total revenue, but only has 26 employees, was second at $180,000 per employee in revenue. Right. And then Baker Newman Noyes at 176 per. Right. So we can do arithmetic operations on the quantitative variables. In this case, we created a new one called revenue per employees, and that might be interesting because we might need to have a certain revenue per employee in order to employ that many people. All right. So that's it for that for this little example. We'll get into some more other fun stuff in just a little bit.